Mr. Speaker, regarding the increase in the minimum wage, I have no doubt that the patron of the bill obviously believes and certainly wants everything that she discussed that would be possible with raising the minimum wage to take place. But I just want to point out what this bill actually does, in effect, is make it illegal to offer someone a job for $12.40 an hour. That's what it actually does. And I realize there's this idea or this conception that whenever the government arbitrarily sets a price, that nothing's going to change except for people working at one rate will now get a pay raise. I know what it's like to work for minimum wage, and I know what it was like to be at a stage in my life where I desperately needed an entry-level opportunity to be able to gain experience, to be able to gain skill sets. And when you arbitrarily raise the cost for hiring people in entry-level positions, you destroy some of those positions. They don't exist anymore. Either you can't afford to hire people at that particular rate. If you have to hire them, well then now costs have to go up somewhere else. So now as that entry-level kid, I'm either not getting that position in the first place because it's no longer available, or the things I was going to buy with that paycheck now have all gotten more expensive as a result. We did have a bill this session that would have helped about 70% of the people that generally make minimum wage, because about 70% of the people in minimum wage work within food service, work within hospitality. We had a bill to no longer do taxes on tips. But the difference is that instead of setting an arbitrary rate that a lot of small businesses can't afford and cutting into what they can afford to pay people, that would have cut into what the government takes. Well, that bill was killed. So essentially we're telling all those people that are working on minimum wage or working in those entry-level positions, the government's still going to get its cut, but we're going to make it harder for people to hire you. We're going to reduce the amount of opportunities that exist, and in the areas where we don't reduce the amount of opportunities, we're going to make goods and services associated with the work that you do more expensive. That's the practical reality. And so I would just encourage people to understand that, look, I think all of us, regardless of what our approach might be, want the best for people. And we certainly want people at entry-level positions to be able to make more money, gain more experience, and move up the economic ladder. That's what all of us should want for all of our constituents. But price fixing doesn't do that. I wish it did. If it was that easy, price ceilings and price basements either. I wish it did. It would be so easy. If it was that easy, we wouldn't be talking about $12.41. Why not $20? Why not $30? Why not $50? Why don't we just legislate that everyone be wealthy? It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. So, Mr. Speaker, I encourage the body to vote against the bill.